Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and first impressions of the Paul Rubens 24 watercolor set and the 12 metallic watercolor set. My boyfriend got me these palettes as a Christmas gift and I didn't want to use them until I had the time to share them with you guys. I also will have a quick demo speed painting at the end and I hope you enjoy this video. Now let's get started. So I'm sure if you've seen any other review on the Paul Rubens palette, one of the major things that we can all agree on is how outstanding the packaging is. It really feels like so much thought was put into each component, and I really love that they chose these fun pink shades for everything. Immediately as you open the box, we are greeted with this lovely microfiber cloth, which is also pink and has been detailed with the company's logo. As you unwrap the cloth, we reveal the baby pink metal palette, which also features the company logo, as well as a metal loop on the back, which can be used to hold the palette securely while in use. The palette opens up with two sections on each side, which can be used for mixing colors, and includes a brochure as well as a card of watercolor paper, which can be used for swatches. The pans are neatly organized, starting with the warm colors, moving through the cool tones, and ending with neutrals. The labels on the pans show the name of each color and its corresponding numeric code. Since my swatch card for the 24 palette is only written in Chinese, I decided to save the labels and use them for labeling my swatches. To rehydrate the paint, I just used a water dropper and I put a little bit of water on top of each pan. One of the first things I noticed about these paints is that they activate very easily and rehydrate to a nice creamy consistency. While doing these swatches, I was really impressed with the opacity of the paint and very pleased with the texture. I did use some water to try to stretch the color for each swatch, just to get a gauge of the range of each color's transparency. I did notice that some colors are a bit grainy compared to others, but in general, I'm very happy with the quality of this paint. The colors are rich and vibrant, and the palette overall offers a solid range of color options. The smaller metallics palette is packaged exactly the same, but with the added bonus of coming in a glittery pink box, as well as the pan labels having iridescent detail. Again, I can't help but to admire the thoughtfulness put into their packaging. The palette also includes a brochure as well as a swatch card. Since this swatch card has the English names already written in, I won't be saving the labels for this palette. The metallic colors also impress with their quality and opacity. The glitter stretches nicely when used with water, and the paints also activate very quickly. The texture is not as creamy as the standard watercolors, but they still rehydrate to a very nice consistency. I like how concise the color selection is with the smaller palette. They offer a color range that is functional, but can also bring a fun added flair to your work. I think the 24 count of the metallic watercolors could have been a little bit intimidating for me personally, but I think the 12 count is a perfect way to introduce metallics into my work. I had decided some time ago that I wanted to do a Valentine's themed piece for February, and I figured that this would be a perfect way to test out the Paul Rubens palettes and see how it would feel to work with them. I'll leave you guys now to enjoy this quick demo, and I'll share my final thoughts with you towards the end. as someone who is still in the figuring it out stage of building my relationship with color in my work, I find that the color selection in this palette is very easy to work with and helps me choose my colors more consciously. The paints mix well and blend very nicely, though I have found that some of the colors seem to collect on the edges of my strokes when stretched too thinly. I don't mind this too much because of the way that I like to use watercolor, but I think it is something to be aware of when you're working with them. I decided to only use the metallics for very subtle detailing towards the end of the piece, but I am looking forward to experimenting more with them in the future. In general, I'm very happy with the paint quality and functionality. I would recommend both of these palettes, especially for intermediate painters, as I feel it offers a very good quality product with a versatile range of colors and at an affordable price point. I will leave a link to both palettes in the description below if you're interested in checking them out. Thank you so much for staying until the end. If you are interested in purchasing a print of this piece, I will have it available on my imprint, which I have linked in the description. Please feel free to leave any questions or comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.